One of my deepest, darkest secrets is that I've always wanted to sing. I've always wanted to be a performer, but I was always afraid of being heard. And that's because I don't know how to sing. So I locked that dream away, buried it deep down, threw the key away, and never touched it again. Until I learned last week that singing is a learned skill. I don't know why I never thought of learning how to sing. I didn't know that was even an option. I did not waste any time and I ran to go see, just as a test, what I was working with, what my baseline was, secretly hoping that I was amazing and that I've just been a secret superstar this whole time. Yeah, it was bad. But I thought, maybe it's the microphone. Let's try another mic. Let's try another singing technique, singing style. Yeah, no. I was terrible. I had a lot of work to do. So I went on YouTube and looked up videos to learn how to sing, and there is so much information out there. There's so much knowledge. I barely even made a dent, but at least there was hope. So I went to practice my breathing exercises, my vocal exercises, working on my tone, trying to build a good foundation to learn how to sing. But as I was doing all of that, I realized not only do I not know how to sing, I can't really play an instrument either. And if I was going to be a full-on superstar, I needed to get over my fears and get to work. For a little background, I grew up playing classical piano from the ages 5 to 17. Now, don't be too impressed. You're probably thinking, oh my gosh, she's probably amazing. No. I probably hated every second of every piano lesson, and I've probably touched the piano like 3 times in this past decade. It's been terrible. I was never good at sight reading. I didn't understand anything that I learned, and I could not apply any of the knowledge that I've learned. So now all I knew were scales. But at least I had memorized all of the major and minor scales, harmonic and melodic, in every single key. Can you tell I'm proud of myself? But I didn't know how to apply any of this information. So I just swallowed my pride and I accepted that I was going to start as a total beginner. So I listened to songs that I wanted to learn and I would try to pick out the melody and play it on the piano and figure out what key they were in. While I was doing this, I had also found my resonance key, so I started transposing that song into my resonance key, and it was like pretty encouraging. It took quite a while, but it was like pretty encouraging that I could figure this out. And then I realized another huge challenge was I don't understand harmonies. I still remembered all of the chords, I just didn't know how to apply any of this knowledge. So I started playing around again, just dinking around with my left hand on the piano and seeing what I came up with, what sounded good, what didn't, and it was actually pretty fun. So after I got that melody down and I got the left hand down, I went to practice my singing along with the piano. And then I realized I did not sing in this key. The song that I newly transposed was in the wrong key for my voice, so I had to transpose it again. I very quickly realized that this was maybe going to be a lot harder than I thought it was going to be. So I just kept practicing my singing, practicing my piano separately, and then when I came back to the keyboard, I realized I was in the wrong key again. So I had to transpose the song again. Luckily, at this point, it became pretty natural and I started understanding how to transpose songs into my key after figuring out what my key actually was. But then I started getting really bored of the song, so I was like, I need to find a song that I actually want to sing as my debut benchmark, how much I've grown in 1 week and how much I still have to grow in this journey. So I thought back to the very first song I ever remember loving, which is What a Wonderful World. I had heard it for the first time when I was in pre-K, right before nap time. They would play the song, and even to this day, it gives me warm, fuzzy feelings every time I've heard it. So I went to learn a new song, and this song has proven to be much harder than I had anticipated for it to be. The low notes just seemed too low, the high notes seemed too high. It just felt really difficult for a little bit, and the longer it took to learn this song, the more negative thoughts started creeping in. I quit my job 3 months ago. It's not like I have all the time and money to figure this out and to play around on the piano and learn how to sing for forever. But I had already gotten a taste of what it was like to live this life, to follow my dreams, to chase a passion, and I didn't want anything else. So I buckled down and I worked even harder. I watched more singing videos, I stayed hydrated with DIY electrolyte drinks, I steamed my face and vocal cords, and surprisingly, I cried a lot. But after all that practice and working on my tone, working on hitting notes, it was still hard to hit the notes in these songs. And I couldn't really figure out why. And then I realized I hadn't been practicing my singing with the keyboard. I've been practicing in my room, mainly singing into a blanket. And when I started practicing the notes with the keyboard, I realized I was still in the wrong key. So I transposed the songs again into what I think now is my resonance key. As I continued to practice, I realized not only did my voice change, but something else changed inside me too. I started seeing life a little differently. I finally felt grounded for the first time in years. I finally understood what joy felt like. So I wanted to share the song with you guys today to show you what 1 week of practice sounds like as a beginner from no experience at all, and as a benchmark to look back on as I continue to learn more about singing and hopefully develop and grow my voice and my style. I hope by seeing this, if you guys had any dreams that you were holding back on or any dreams that you didn't allow yourselves to explore, go do it, because eventually, if you don't, you'll have a midlife crisis and then you're gonna do it anyway. So might as well save yourself a midlife crisis and just chase your dreams now. So this video is clearly not ending in the way that I had planned it to end, but I guess in order to explain what happened, I'd have to tell you what happened in week 2 of following my dreams to be a singer. If you'd like to continue following along on my journey of following my dreams and something that I have absolutely zero experience in, then click the subscribe button so you don't miss the next episode. Thanks so much for following along so far, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.